しばらくお前の旅団に加えてくれないか。俺の槍は頼りになるぞ。
Yo, what's good? Back again with another COTC video on the Triangle Strategy Travelers. This time, we're going to cover Roland. He is a lightning merchant of the Fame faction and from the memoirs. He has gotten tremendous buffs around his kit and has made him the best polearm debuffer in the game. Let's check it out. Voice actor like always, Yuichi Nakimura. From the anime list here, it looks like he voices a lot of the cool supporting characters. He also voices my boy Moomin Rider from One Punch Man. So that already makes him one of my favorite voice actors. Anyways, onto his notable damaging skills. His Flash of Steel is a 4-hit AoE attack, potency of 65, and Opportune is his passive where he gets an additional 1 hit. With the Opportune activated, it becomes a 5-hit AoE attack. For his next ability, Rush, it's a 1-hit single target potency 150, and it lowers both defense and polearm resist down by 10%, and it moves him to the back. And if Opportune is activated, it activates the ability again. For his nuke attack, Lance Hurl, it's a 1-hit single target potency 260. If Opportune activated, he activates the ability again. And then for his elemental attack, he has Thunderstone, which is a 1-hit single target lightning elemental damage. It has a high chance for paralysis, and this ability can only be used 3 times per battle. For his ultimate, he's able to lower polearm resist down by 10% at level 1 and 20% at level 10, and then hits a single target 4 times with a potency of 95 at level 1 to 125 at level 10. For his notable support skills, he has a self BP recovery for 2 turns. He's able to impart physical attack up and polearm damage by 20% for 3 turns to an ally. This can only be used 3 times per battle, and then he's able to debuff an enemy's physical defense and polearm resist by 20% for 2 turns. And again, this can only be used 3 times per battle. For his passive, Opportune is a 15% in physical attack and physical damage, and a +1 to some abilities. At 100% HP, he gets a self 30% speed up and polearm damage up at 15%. And then he has a 10% in wind resistance and 20 in lightning. Taking a look at his stats here, he's got the fastest speed for being a merchant in the game, and he's gonna be up there for a long time, especially with his passive giving him a 30% speed up at max HP. But he does also have the 3rd highest physical attack attribute. So should you pull, he is a sub DPS polearm user that paves the way for other polearm users. You won't be doing Krauser amount of damage, but you'll be pretty close. You'll definitely want to add him to your squad if you're interested in seeing big numbers from your merchants. Longevity, he again is the best polearm debuff in the game. He can cap polearm resist down to enemy and further increase the resist down of his ultimate, and then he can buff his polearm damage. He'll pair like a glove perfectly with the next highly awaited merchant that's coming in the future. His AoE 4-hit polearm attack that can reach 5 is pretty good. Against multiple enemies weak to polearms, you're in for a treat. So finishing up, character design 4 out of 5, kinda like Cyrano, he looks kinda plain. Voice actor 5 out of 5, Yuichi Nakimura, man my boy Moomin Rider. Always exciting to see who is behind the voice. Abilities 4.5 out of 5. He's got great buffs, and you can even argue that he's even better than Krauser. Longevity, with his buffs, he's going to be used quite extensively, especially for a polearm squad. You can almost compare him to a merchant version of Richard. Global buff, feel free to correct me, but from the release of the game, we haven't had any global buffs to any characters except for Molu. Her global buff was decent, but we have not had any buffs this great that it changed character from good to great. Overall impressions, 4.5 out of 5. He's hands down the best polearm debuffer to date. Again, think of a merchant debuff version of Richard. But for Roland by himself, you can get up to 50% of polearm resist down on an enemy, 30% defense down on that same enemy, and an added 20% polearm damage up to himself or any allies. That is pretty insane for a sub DPS. He's definitely the prize traveler in this collaboration. Frederica, on the other hand, is good, but what he brings to the table for polearm users far exceeds what Frederica can do for being a fire scholar. Okay, well that's it for Roland. I'll see you in the next episode of the Triangle Strategy crossover collab. Flat out.